تقدم 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 ولو خطوة للأمام وحدد مكانك نحو الهدف وعلم طموحك.
There used to be a time when someone was obese, fat, like myself.
Leaving music has been one of my greatest challenges, yeah? But still, every now and then when I'm in Woolies and they play Michael Jackson, you may just see a moonwalk come out of me, you know?
Today they don't speak to one another. Why? Because his wife said and my wife said. The hell with your wife!
You see, when I got married, I was 90 kilos. Now I'm 130. I weigh as much as a Hilux. And God forbid I should put my hand up and say that the reason why I weigh so much is because I eat too much. No. Wallahi, I point the finger at anyone and everyone except myself. And then you look at your wife and you tell her, Wallahi, I love you. Wallahi, I love you with all my heart. And then imagine she turns around to you and she says to you, and Wallahi, I love you too. Wallahi, I love you with 99% of my heart. But samahni, I have 1% for the neighbor next door. شو ها neighbor next door? أي neighbor هذا next door that has 1% of your heart? والله لا اذبح واذبح we'll bury together and we'll pray janazah on the both of you together. You find that a lot of the times we tend to say that, you know, things get a bit boring, eh? But yeah, you know, every now and then you think, brother, can't you spice it up a bit, man? You know, here in this particular masjid, we tend to have a saying. We say a film. Brother, rip a film. Rip a movie. Make it fun. Make it entertaining. And even now you find that it's reached such a level that even when we listen to a reminder or we put a CD on, if it doesn't have that in the background, right? You can't listen to it anymore. It just doesn't have the same kick. No, people tell me, no, brother, if we just stay quiet, if, you know, it's just a storm. We're waiting for the storm to blow over. If everyone just shuts his mouth and everyone does his work and everyone prays his salah, we will be fine. You miskeen. You have no idea of seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why you think like this. That's why you act like this.
So they put me in hold and they put this song on and with my beard and sunnah and I was just doing these ones.
We follow people like Tony Montana in Scarface, yeah, and Tupac in Mabarif Shoo, and that's it, brother. That's the way it is, cuz. That's how it is on the streets, brother.
You come to a brother, you tell him, brother, why don't you come to the masjid, you know? Come to the masjid, learn your deen, you know, start making your namaz in the masjid, start making your salah in the masjid, learn to read Quran. Brother, I love Allah. And I love Rasulullah. I love them. But brother, right now I have some school, inshallah. As soon as I finish school, as soon as I finish my school, I will be there, inshallah. Inshallah, I will join you as soon as I finish school. People think when you get on اللي عنده كرش بيسوى قرش. You heard this is amongst the Arabs. That when you get fat and big, this is barakah. Wallahi, this is ghadab from Allah. This is not barakah. Say, you and your brother, yeah, I'm a good guy. Habibi, go pack that up because it's not going to work on the day of judgment. We really have to break away from just, we sit there and we read the hadith. You know, wallahi, we've become like deadbeats. No more this. You see this? This won't be there in paradise. I can't wait, man. Wallah, I can't wait. Look, really, wallahi, it's the sunnah and wallahi, I love the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wallahi, it's the sunnah and it's here. But if I had the choice, wallah, I'll rip it off as soon as I can. I'm an electrician by trade. So as an electrician, I use the cordless drill a lot. And sometimes I'll be doing a delicate job and I have to sort of focus and get close. So many times, you know, I'll be focusing, getting close as I'm using the drill and my bead gets caught in the drill. Right? In Jannah, no more. There was an obese man that went to the doctor. An obese man went to the doctor. So he goes to the doctor and he's going there for a random blood test or whatever the case is. So when the results came in,
naturally like what we do, yeah? He says to him, doctor, obesity runs in the family. Doctor says to him, brother, it's not obesity that runs in the family. He says, no one runs in your family. And I find it amazing. Some of us were 20, 30, 40, some of us are 50 years of age. And after 50 years of living, we still only know the same ayat of Quran that we memorized when we were 6 and 7, and Allahu Alam if we're even reading it correctly.
Who on God's green earth do you think you are to hold something and carry it in your heart? And look at the language. I don't forgive to the day of judgment. Wow, man. Really?
You see, when you and I travel, or at least me anyway, when I travel, I sit in the back, usually next to the toilets. Right at the back. Economy. And usually when they take you into the aeroplane, how do they take you in? When you come to the airport, they ask you, so you flying business or economy? You say economy. They tell you, then line up with the sheep, inshallah. Come to the left. You look at the queue, ya Allah, you think, bro, this plane's going to leave and we're going to be still standing here. Look at the people. But those who fly business and first class, sir, ma'am, please, right this way. Right this way.
Then you wait for the brother to finish school. Then what happens? Brother, Allah says, do not forget your portion of dunya. Brother, look, I have some university, inshallah. As soon as I finish my uni, as soon as I get my degree, inshallah, I'm with you. I'm with you, inshallah, as soon as I finish my uni. My brother, this is the same song every one of us sings. You know how there's the Bollywood movies? We also have our own Bollywood movie with the background dancers and everything is happening. Yeah? As soon as I finish school, as soon as I finish uni.
I don't know about here in the UK, but in Sydney, 1 week is a pencil neck. Wallahi, if the wind comes too strong, yeah, you got to pick him up down the road because the wind will pick him up and take him. The brother vanishes for 2-3 weeks. He comes back, he's got muscles on his ears, ya Allah, muscles on his ears. Brother, how did you get so big? Oh, tuna and potato, bro. All the symptoms of steroids are all over his face. But he's trying to convince me that he got big because he's having tuna and potatoes. You're in a haram relationship and you're texting your loved one. What happens to you? Wallahi, you don't sleep at night. You sit under the covers and it's nice and warm and you got the phone in your hand and you've sent her a letter Hindi or Turkey and your mind is going left and right and wallahi, your heart, bro, you're alive. You feel every atom of every sense of your body is electrified, bro. I'm waiting. How did she understand it? I remember the first time I ever got LOL. I thought, lol, what the hell is lol? I remember the first time I ever read, what is it, BFF? What is it, BBF? Anyway, it's supposed to be best friend forever.
Mates that grew up on the streets, they lived by... Brother, we did Habas together, Khayye. Habas, we were like that in Habas.
How many brothers and sisters does he have? Did he have any? What's the name of his mother and what's the name of his father? Do you know them? So there's always a cowboy, oh yes, mashallah, I already know them. Please sit down and try to understand where I'm going with this. Then when they take you onto the aeroplane, how do they take you in? They make you walk through first class and business class and tell you, sir, keep going straight down to the toilets, please. And they make you see the seats. You've seen the seats. You've seen the size of the TV screens. And you walk through and your heart burns. That for 14 hours I'm going to be smelling the toilets while this guy's reclining all the way back. But you and I can still both boast that, hey, I was on the Emirates flight with him. But can you really be compared? Brothers are walking around today telling me, listen, and please excuse me, I know we're sitting in the masjid, but I'm not here to give you Disney stories. We're either here to speak the haqq, honestly, or let's just shut shop and go home and let's just all sit down and watch TV. That, yeah, look, alhamdulillah, I'm not the best Muslim, and yeah, maybe my Quran has shortcomings, and yeah, maybe my salah is not this, that, and the other, but it's alright. No, it's not alright, akhi.
Then what happens when I finish uni? Brother, I need a job, man. You want me to go to the masjid hungry? What's wrong with you, man? As soon as I get a job, inshallah. Inshallah, as soon as I get a job, brother, where? I'm with you, man. I'm with you in the masjid, brother. I love Allah and His Prophet. My brothers, who are we kidding? So the brother gets a job. Then you come knocking on his door. Salaam alaikum, wa alaikum salam, brother. How are you? Wallah, I'm good. When are you coming, brother? Brother, big fitna now. I have to get... You all know the song, huh? Everyone knows the song? Brother, I have to get married, man. Brother, you know, I can't sleep at night, man.
So they asked, how do I ask his auntie? They said, my auntie, and how did you people survive? 2 months. Today, if you go home now and there's no cooking, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. What are you doing at home, woman? But in Jannah, my brothers and my sisters, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to go, God damn, man. Who is that, man? Woo! Hey! This, sometimes the boys, they struggle. Oh, brother, what do you mean? No, brother, what do you mean? Now every Tom, Dick and Harry's possessed. Now every Tom, Dick and Harry's got black magic. Now every single relationship that is failing is because someone made katiba and someone made black magic on them, and I need this sheikh and that sheikh, and my brother, wallahi, I don't know what to do, man. You know, I go to sleep at night, my hands start shaking. God forbid your marriage is failing because you're a miserable father, you're a terrible husband. God forbid. God forbid that's why your marriage is failing.
When they got married, the sheikh came and her family and let's start with the Fatiha. Why? Because it's the opening of the Quran, and so that the hearts can flourish and we can come together. But then when there's dramas, it's my lawyer versus your lawyer. When the kids are with me on the weekend, your mum's a dog, your mum's a hayawani, your mum's a this, your mum's a that. Then when the kids are with the mum, you know, throughout the week, your father's a 1, 2, 3. She wipes the floor and the toilets with him day and night.
You know, when a woman first gets married, her husband he's a Habib. My husband, I love him. Up until the first kid comes into her life, the hero becomes a zero. Any father, he knows. The moment that kid came into this world, you're nothing. Everything comes before you. Everything comes before you. Today, how many Muslims, because of his job, he's happy to shave his beard and tell me, well, brother, we have to work with people. You know what? If I don't want to pray, that's none of your business. It's between me and Allah. Have you ever heard this? That no one can judge me, only God can judge me. Wow, big round of applause for this, brother. Hey. Only God can judge me. Well, yes, only God can judge you. I remember me, I'm going to tell you about myself. I remember when I was young and clean shaven and I had spikes in my hair and gel in my hair. Everywhere I went, everyone loved me. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was in Mecca, what was he known as? As-Sadiq al-Amin. Everyone loved Rasulullah, the Muslim. Everyone loved him, the non-Muslim. He was As-Sadiq al-Amin, the most loved young boy in Mecca. I remember when I was young, everywhere I went, Ahlan wa sahlan bi Muhammad, Ahlan wa sahlan. Wallahi, I had lots of non-Muslim friends and we used to go to clubs and have fun. And yes, we are exactly the same and let's just all get along and everything was fine. Everyone loved me. But as soon as I started growing a little beard, as soon as I started to look a little bit different to the next man, what happened to Muhammad? What happened to him? Who's he hanging out with? Allahu Akbar. What happened? Last week I was with you in the club. Last week I was with you in the office. Last week we were best friends. What's the problem? Why? Because now I grow a little bit. Is this what's stressing you out? Is this what's stressing you out? How many young boys come to me and they tell me, Akhi, when I used to go to the clubs for 3 days, not come home for 3 days. My mom and dad, when I come back, Ahlan wa sahlan bi ibni. Now because I grow my little beard and I go to the masjid, I come home a little bit late. Where are you? What's happening? What is this? Who are you?
Like of Allah, you little kazzab, you little spinner. The only reason that you claim that you forgive him is not because you really forgive him. The truth is you can't do anything to this guy anyway. So really by default, by the fact that I physically can't do anything, I disguise my weakness with what? Nah, wallahi bro, I forgive him for the sake of Allah. But deep down in your heart, if you got the news that a bus hit him, your heart will start to do the dabki, bro. When I see two people who before the drama, they're the most religious and God-fearing and Allahu Akbar and, well, oh brother, we're like this and eat al-Quran and Allah, I forgive you and I love you for the sake of Allah. But as soon as you step on my toes, what was once a nice beard is a piece of Velcro, throws it right out the door. Come here, you little this and that, and let me, wow, man. What happened, cuz? What happened? Some brothers tell me, you know, cuz, listen, wallahi, bro, wallah, you know, I forgive him. Wallahi, I forgive him. But I don't forget, cuz. Wow, mashallah, really? You forgive, but you don't forget? Well, I got news for you, bro. If you forgive but don't forget, you didn't forgive to begin with.
Do you remember when you bought your first car? Anyone here remember their first car? I drove my first, it was the biggest piece of crap that ever walked the earth. But I drove that thing like it was a Lamborghini Gallardo, yeah? Laid back, pumping the music, the parcel trays falling out, yeah? And honestly, I used to drive past the girls thinking, yeah, I know you want to be in here, I know. Right? Used to drive that thing, yeah? Do you remember the joy? Honestly, do you remember the happiness that came to your heart with your first car? Now you wouldn't be caught dead in it. And from that day till now, you've been changing and upgrading your car. Have you found happiness yet? Those single boys, this is the truth, huh? Ask any married man here, and they'll tell you. There's only two places where a woman praises her husband. The first time she praises him is before they get married. You know when they're engaged? She tells all her friends, oh, do you know who I'm engaged to? You know the guy that drives the car? Oh my God, yeah, we're getting married. We're getting married. We heard he's not religious. Oh, no, he reads Quran every day. He sends me nice text messages of his favorite surah in the Quran and verses that move his heart. He's so pious. Until you get married, bro. And then you're the nishah that doesn't take her out anymore. And then the next time she praises you, my brother, is when your family is following your funeral. She says to his son, wallah, your dad, he used to be a good man. Wallah, he was a good bloke. They're the only two times that a woman will ever praise her husband. When they're following the funeral, she says to her son, your dad, he was a good man. He says, what's the world come to? A brother's got to die to be praised by his wife.
تقدم 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 تقدم